Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cassie Project. So this week I am going to be doing an episode from the wonderful Create This Book Too. I'm sure you know that this is written by Mariah Elizabeth. It's filled with wonderful art prompts to get you creative. So I thought today I would combine this book with the Just Add Spooky colouring book by Anchored Art Designs. So Cara was kind enough to send this to me. If you haven't checked out Anchored Art Designs, she's absolutely fantastic. She has a very similar channel to mine. She does a lot of Create This Book episodes, and she's just such a wonderful, wonderful artist. She creates these beautiful character designs and illustrations. I'm so excited to have received this book. It's absolutely gorgeous. She's also got another colouring book out, which is Just Add Sparkles, and that's absolutely fantastic too. So basically, I found a page in my Create This Book Too, which is Create a Page. And that says to tear a page from an old book or magazine, stick it onto this page, find a way to make it more interesting. So I thought it'd be really fun to do some colouring pieces out of my Just Add Spooky book and then stick it onto my Create a Page page. I was thinking of doing a bit of mixed media. I wanted to try out this colouring book and see if it could hold up to watercolour. I'm also going to add some pencil crayons, and I think I'll add a little bit of acrylic markers towards the end as well. I just wanted to add my own style onto this and not just do colouring in, because as you know, I don't often use colouring pencils, so doing a base of watercolour makes me very happy. The book is absolutely gorgeous. I love the intro pages. It makes it that little bit more special. Instead of it just being a colouring book, it feels like you're getting a little bit of Anchored Art Designs in there too. You get to write our name in the front to say that it is our book and it will be completed by us. I absolutely love the spooky swatches. I'm definitely going to use that in one of my videos in the next coming weeks because I'm getting some new pens. Oh, spoiler. There's just these really fun character designs. We've got some food inspired pages as well. I had a little flick through the book and I wanted to do a food themed page because you know that's my thing. Found this pumpkin spice latte and I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I think it's one of my favourite designs in the book. So let's colour these ones in. I'm adding a backing card behind this page just to protect the page behind it because I'm going to go in with some watercolour. Now personally, I already know that the watercolour is going to hold up because this is printed by Amazon as well. My books are also printed by Amazon and they hold up to watercolour just fine. Obviously you can't go in with a very, very wet on wet technique, but it holds up really well. So I'm just going to add a nice base layer on there. I'm using oranges and browns just to give it that lovely autumnal feel. Very, very, very simple colour to start with. And then I'm going to let that dry so then I can go in with all the details using my pencil crayons. Now I am not a pencil crayon expert, but I've got a handful of polychromos by Faber-Castell and I think they're really, really nice to work with. And I'm just going in, working on bringing in those darker colours, and I'm going to leave the watercolour through to leave those highlights in there as well. I decided that I wanted to make the cup a see-through cup. I think the design of it is probably more of a takeaway white cup, but I wanted to give it a clear colour because I thought it would be a little bit boring having the white cup with the white cream and then just the little bit of orange. So I'm adding some oranges and browns and I'm blending them together to give it that really lovely latte look to it. I really enjoy using pencil crayons on top of watercolour. I just find when you're using pencil crayon, it hurts your hand. It's hard work, whereas when you've got that base layer, it just makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to colour in the little diamonds and give them a bit of gold, and I'm going to add some little dots of orange on there. Imagine it's some pumpkin-y, cinnamony sprinkle on there. So before we move on to the next colouring page, I wanted to pack up an order. So this order is for, I'm going to pronounce this completely wrong, I'm so sorry, Melaine? M-E-L-A-Y-N-E.
How do you pronounce that?
I'm so sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. And they have ordered the Spring Doodles bundle, the Forget Me Not bundle, which I absolutely adore, and the wonderful lemonade print, which I did back at my 2000 giveaway. We're almost at 3000 already, which is absolutely insane. I can't believe it. I think it's just under 100 more subscribers to go till we hit 3000, and I definitely want to do a giveaway for my 3000 subscribers. Yeah, if you haven't already, please do click that subscribe button and help out this channel because it's so exciting. And of course you're going to get that personalised hedgehog sticker, so I'm going to write your name in there. Thank you so much for your order. You can head over to thecassieprojects.co.uk to find stickers and books and prints and so much more. The pumpkin cupcake. This one I think is adorable. I love that the pumpkin is totally oversized to the cupcake. It's like it's being crushed, a little bit like my elephant cupcake that I did a couple of weeks back. And I'm going to do the same process again. I am going to add a base of watercolour on there, and I'm going in with a black cupcake case because I thought that that would give it a very Halloween theme, and I'm going to do some nice orangey red icing to fit underneath that pumpkin as well. I'm going to go in with my colouring pencils and just create that shadowing. I'm going in and darkening up that icing just to make that stand out a little bit more, contrasting it against the actual pumpkin on the top. I'm going in with my acrylic markers. I'm going to use gold for the stars because I want them to have a very similar theme to the pumpkin spice latte as well. And I'm going to add some yellow just to make those eyes and the mouth stand out a little bit more. Right, so it's time to cut out those pictures, and what I wanted to do was create a nice background for these to go on, and I thought what would be lovely is to add a purple background because I thought that that would really contrast against the orange and make those colouring pages really stick out. Using my acrylic wash, it dries in more of a matte finish and I just like the look of it. And then I added black around the edges and blended that in just to darken up the edges and make it a little bit more spooky. So I used my Jelly Roll pen and I just did these swirls coming up the page. Then I thought I could add some stars to it as well, make it like a spooky sky. I added some kind of like cross shapes, added some dots as well, and I'm using my gold acrylic marker just to make it a little bit more shiny and pretty. And then I'm going to stick in those pages. I decided to use my Mod Podge. This is a matte finish. I definitely recommend using a matte finish in your prompt books because if you use a glosser, your pages will just stick together. This one is actually a Hobbycraft brand. Hobbycraft is an art shop in the UK. I definitely recommend this Mod Podge. It's really, really nice and it's got an even more matte finish than the actual Mod Podge brand. The pages aren't sticking together at all and it holds up really well as a good glue and a good varnish. I noticed that when I stuck the pumpkin spice latte down, the water had kind of come through, which meant that that white wasn't as white anymore. So I went over that with my acrylic markers to add the whiteness back into the cream. So thank you so much, Anchored Art Designs, for this book. I love it. I think it's fantastic and I really enjoyed colouring in those pages. So before we go, I wanted to do one more prompt, but this time it's from my own art prompt book. So this is the Art Advent Sketchbook. I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. You can pre-order it on my website at thecassieprojects.co.uk. We did a few pages in this book a couple of weeks back and I wanted to do one more because, well, I just want to. It's really fun. Am I allowed to say that I like my own book? It's probably a good thing, isn't it? The page that I've chosen is Abstract Patterns. It says add shapes to this page that overlap one another, and then in each section add patterns. You could use swirls, snowflakes, dots, lines, etc. This page allows you to have fun with Zentangle designs. So a great way of doing this is by adding some swirls and shapes to the page first. I literally got some of my tape and I traced around it to create these circles on the page. Then I went in with just some swirls going through those circles, and that gives you lots of little sections that you can work on. I'm going in with my acrylic markers and I'm just colouring in each section a different colour. I have used lots of cool colours, so I've got blues, I've got cool greens and greys. I wanted this to give this really cold, frosty kind of feel to it. I'm using my Artex markers for this. They're really, really good at colouring a nice amount of space. They're super juicy, and because it's got that thin tip on the end, you can get into those little edges as well. And then I'm going to go over all those lines that I did originally with my black Posca marker. This is nice and detailed. It's one of the fine Poscas. And what I want to do is create a different pattern in each of these sections. And this is where you can have lots of fun. You can go online and you can copy lots of different patterns. Literally just type in Zentangle and you will see so many different patterns that you can follow and use. I did a lot of designs just from my own brain and then copied a couple of references as well. I did some swirls, I did some snowflakes just to give it that frosty feel again. I did some lines and then just added dots, and then I could repeat other ones in different sections, but I actually ended up doing a different pattern in each of them because I was having so much fun. So I'm super excited. I have got 3 wonderful YouTubers to look at my book and give me a little review that I could put on the back of my book. So as you can see, it's a little bit blank here, but when you receive it, it will have 3 little reviews on the back. I will receive the final book on Sunday to double check it, and then I'll be ordering the huge amount of books. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get all those books through and pack all these orders. Honestly, I'm gonna need days to do this. I'm gonna have to employ my husband and children to help pack all these orders. It's incredible and I'm so excited. So there you go. There is my finished pages that I've done today. I really hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget you can pre-order my book at thecassieprojects.co.uk and you will get your free exclusive sticker with that. Do carry on watching some more videos. I will pop a playlist here so you can binge watch some more Create This Book Too material. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon.